Hey there! Welcome back to the podcast, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about something that might challenge what you've been told for years about learning English. The title of today's episode is Stop Memorizing Vocabulary Words. Yeah, I said it. Stop memorizing vocabulary. I know that might sound crazy, especially if you've been making flashcards, memorizing lists, or grinding through vocabulary books. But trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly why that method is holding you back, and what you should be doing instead to learn faster, remember more, and speak more naturally. This episode is going to be packed with real-life examples, science-backed strategies, and practical tips you can start using right away. So stick around. This might just change the way you learn English forever. Let's start with a story. I once had a student, let's call him Ahmed. Super motivated, really disciplined. He was learning English because he wanted to work abroad. So, every day, he would spend 1 hour memorizing vocabulary lists. He even had color-coded notebooks. Words on one side, meanings on the other. But every week, he would come back to me frustrated. I keep forgetting the words I memorized, he said. Even if I remember the meaning, I can't use them when I speak. Sound familiar? Maybe you've done something similar. You've got a notebook full of words, and yet, in conversation, your mind goes blank. You forget, or you hesitate. You understand when reading, but you can't use them. This is a problem that affects thousands of learners, and it's not because you're lazy or bad at languages. It's because the method is broken. Let's talk about memory. Memorizing a word without context is like trying to remember a name of someone you've only seen once, for 5 seconds, in a crowd. Our brains are wired to remember things that are meaningful, emotional, or connected to something we already know. But when you sit down and try to memorize, abundant equals more than enough. It means nothing on its own. There's no story, no feeling, no connection. It's like planting a seed on a rock. There's no soil. Nothing for the root to hold on to. And sure, you might remember the definition for a few days. But can you use it in conversation? Can you write a sentence with it fluently, without thinking? Probably not. That's the difference between memorizing and acquiring vocabulary. Let's get into something called the input hypothesis, developed by linguist Stephen Krashen. It's one of the most powerful ideas in language learning. The basic idea is this: we acquire language when we understand messages. In other words, comprehensible input is the key to learning. You don't need to memorize the word delighted if you hear someone say, "I was so delighted when I got the job." You understand it from the sentence, the emotion, the context. The brain learns best when it feels the language, not when it's forced to remember disconnected words. Think of a child learning their first language. They're not studying. They're watching, listening, absorbing. That's real learning. That's how you need to approach vocabulary. Let me give you an example from my own learning experience. When I was learning Spanish, I tried the usual method: flashcards, dictionary apps, memorizing word lists. And sure, I could remember some definitions. But I wasn't thinking in Spanish. I wasn't speaking fluently. That changed when I started watching Spanish TV shows, especially comedies. I'd hear a word like enojado in a scene where someone was clearly angry. I didn't need a translation. The emotion, the body language, the tone, it all made the meaning clear. And because I saw it used in real situations, I remembered it. Not just the word, but how to use it. That's what I want for you in English. Alright, let's get practical. What can you do instead of memorizing word lists? Here are 5 powerful strategies. Learn with context. Read short stories. Watch scenes from shows or movies. Listen to conversations. Write down new phrases, not just words. Learn how the word is used, not just what it means. Use the word immediately. The moment you learn a new word or expression, try using it. Say it out loud. Write a journal entry with it. Use it in a voice message. The faster you use it, the better it sticks. Create emotional connections. Tie new words to your personal life. If you learn the word disappointed, write about a time you were disappointed. The more emotional the memory, the stronger the memory of the word. Use visuals and audio together. Our brains love images and sound. Watch YouTube videos with subtitles. Listen to English podcasts with transcripts. Connect the word with how it sounds and how it looks in action. Spaced repetition, but with phrases. Apps like Anki or Memrise can be great if you're using complete phrases, not isolated words. She turned down the offer is way more useful than just turn down equals reject. Let's do a little experiment right now. I'm going to say a word. Overwhelmed. Now, don't think of the dictionary definition. Instead, picture this. You've got 3 assignments due tomorrow. Your phone won't stop buzzing. You haven't eaten, and your head is spinning. That feeling, that stress, is overwhelmed. Now say this sentence with me. I felt overwhelmed at work today. Boom! That's how you lock it in. You feel it. You use it. You own it. Try doing this every day with 1 or 2 new words. Learn them in action, in emotion, in you. I want you to take a moment and reflect. How many words have you memorized, but never used? How many lists have you made, but never revisited? How much time have you spent studying, but not living the language? It's okay. We've all been there. But starting today, you can change your method. Think less like a student. Think more like a language user. Because real fluency doesn't come from what you study, it comes from what you use. Here's a weekly routine you can follow. Day 1. Choose a video on YouTube or a podcast you like. Day 2. Write down 3 to 5 new expressions you hear in context. Day 3. Use each word in a personal sentence. Day 4. Speak those sentences out loud, better if you record yourself. Day 5. Watch a different video using similar words. Day 6. Have a conversation or chat with someone using those words. Day 7. Review your journal or recordings. This way, you're not just memorizing, you're interacting with vocabulary over and over again, in a natural way. So, to wrap it all up, memorizing isolated vocabulary is not the path to fluency. Your brain needs context, emotion, and real use to remember. Focus on understanding and using words in your life, not on stuffing your brain with definitions. I challenge you this week, don't memorize. Absorb. Notice. Use. Thank you so much for listening. If this episode helped shift your mindset, share it with a friend who's learning English too. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes where we break down language learning myths and build real skills. Until next time, keep learning, keep living English, and most importantly, stop memorizing vocabulary words.